This episode of On the Ropes is brought to you by BWC. Boxing with Chris is a YouTube channel and podcast that covers the latest in boxing news, updates on prospective fighters, as well as interviews of both past and present boxers. Be sure to follow us on YouTube and Instagram for more updates and news. BWC, keep it A more than 92. If you would like to have your advertisement featured here, please email boxingwithchrismedia@gmail.com. Enjoy the pod.
If you really like boxing, you gotta focus to boxing. You have to be faithful to boxing.
YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Chris from BWC. You're now boxing with Chris. Joining me on the Ropes segment today, flyweight rising star, Andy Dominguez. How you doing?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Andy, for the people that don't know, where are you from?
Well, I'm Mexican. I was born in La Ciudad de Mexico, but I came to the U.S. at the age of 10, and I was raised here in New York, in the Bronx.
Bronx.
Yeah.
How long did you train in Morris Park for?
I trained in Morris Park for, I would say, 2 years. 2 years, and then I moved to Men's Boxing Gym.
Okay. In early life, how did you get into boxing just to begin with?
I got into boxing gym. I mean, it was because I would get into fights a lot. People I guess middle school, they will always pick up on me because I'm a small fighter. I mean, I'm a small person, and yeah, I will never let myself get bullied, basically.
All right. And did you take it seriously right away since you started boxing for that? Since you didn't box.
So my mom put me in karate class first, and honestly, I didn't like it. So I just lasted in karate class for a week or two, and it was just it was just boring. I was just not into it. So mom put me into boxing. And I started sparring. I started liking it. Yeah.
And did anybody guide you through your journey in the beginning? Anybody specific?
My trainer, Lupin. That's literally my first trainer. He's the one that actually made me. He's been through with me through the amateur career, winning the Golden Gloves, Junior Olympics. Yeah.
Talk to me about your amateur career for a little.
My amateur career. Well, I started at the age of 13. I fought the Junior Olympics 3 times. I won them 3 times. I have over 59 amateur fights. I won the Golden Gloves 3 times. Well, the Golden Gloves 2017, and then the Ringmasters were the Golden Gloves. So I won them twice. I fought in the Golden Gloves 4 times, and I won 3 times. Yeah.
Any fighter that you looked up growing up, or things that you just took from the fighter and added on to your game?
I see you, bro. I looked up Johnny Tapia. When I first started watching his documentary, it was just it was sad because his what happened with his mom and stuff. I have a single mom. My mom is I love my mom. So it just I don't know how can he be that strong? He's just a strong person. He was just a strong he became a world champion. I don't know. I like him.
So yeah, how long was your amateur career? Because you only had 59 fights, right?
59 fights. Yeah.
So how long was your amateur career?
From 13 years old to 20 years old.
Okay. And when does a fighter decide to go pro when he's in the amateurs? When is it something in the halfway mark, or is it somebody that tells you, I think you're ready for the big leagues?
I wanted to go pro since I was 19. But a lot of people doesn't know, but I couldn't in the amateurs. I couldn't compete nationals or I couldn't make it to the USA team because I wasn't born here. I'm not a citizen. I'm not a. I wasn't born here.
Oh, citizenship.
Mexican.
Okay.
So, it was hard for me at first because they will always tell me like, oh, you can't make it to the nationals. I won the Golden Gloves. I couldn't go do the national Golden Gloves. So then I'm like, you know what? Like, I think it's time for me to turn pro. Like, I got nothing to do here in the amateurs.
And so, if it was your choice, you think you would have stood a little longer to gain a little bit more experience?
Probably. I would probably, yeah. Well, I'm 24 now. I probably would have been pro already.
You had 5 fights last year.
I have 5 fights.
So
yeah,
5 fights last year. You think how many fights you think you see yourself having this year? Early in your career, well, this is the age where fighters have maybe 3 to 4 fights a year.
I mean, I have a great manager, which is Vishir Mooney. I think she left. I have a great manager. She's like building me up real quick. But for this year, I think we're looking for a little bigger fights. So I'll probably have like three fights this year.
All right.
Yeah.
So because you had your last 3 fights been 8 rounders.
8 rounders, yeah.
So you went, if I'm not mistaken, you went 1, 4, and then you went the full distance in your last fight.
Yeah.
How's the gas tank after that?
I mean, for my last fight for the 8 rounds, it wasn't. It was tough. It was a great experience. It was a great experience, and I feel like I needed that. I feel like I really needed that kind of opponent to like give me that kind of experience because he was a tough opponent.
You think you're ready for 10 rounds, or you think maybe you'll get your feet
a
little bit wet?
I think I'm ready for 10 rounds.
On your last, what were your thoughts? How would you assess your last fight? If you were to give yourself a letter grade for your last fight, what would you give it?
Honestly, I ain't like it. I will give it an 8.
Me being there and I covered your fight, it was good, man. You fought a guy that had 3 times the experience you had. You had 8 fights.
And also, I mean, he also fights at 118. That's the thing. And I mean, yeah. But I just feel like I wasn't smart enough. Like I was just trying to go for the head, like kill him. Like I was just trying to knock him out. And I feel like that's what made it difficult. I didn't stick to the plan.
I mean, me being there looking from the outside in, it looked like once you found your range, because he was a taller guy, once you found your range, you did what you did. You put him on the canvas. You know, he was just tough in the beginning, but I get it. It was just due to the fact that in total, the dude had about 170 rounds compared to your like 30.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got to give you a lot of props for that.
Yeah,
you know, you go from
you.
basically an 8-0 to fighting a guy that has 30 pro fights, which that's a lot of training camps.
Also, too, like he had that pedigree. Like he will put his shoulder down. Like he will put my head down, and like it was like I said, it was a great experience. I feel like I needed that. I needed that kind of experience. So
what do you think? What should be? What's next? What everybody should look for Andy Dominguez in 2023?
I mean, hopefully we go for like an international title. I'm ranked number 11 in the WBA, and I just got ranked the WBC. So I mean, anything can happen. You know, any opportunities to come, I'm gonna take it.
You think it should, would you mind it being next year, or you think you'll just take it slow or take anything that comes to your way?
It depends. I mean, it depends on like what my team says, like my manager, my advisor, just whatever. Yeah.
What's something about Andy Dominguez that the fans do not know that you want them to know about?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people know me. Like, I'm a nice person. I don't know. I smile every day. That's one thing they tell me. I smile every day.
It's always good. So, what's your motivation?
My motivation, I would say, is my mom.
Your mom.
My mom.
And what motivation do you have for the youth? You got a lot of kids in the gym. I see you got your own gym. You know, where we from in New York is a rough city. Everywhere has its rough parts. What advice you got for that young kid in the gym trying to go pro, trying to reach somewhat of the level you have reached so far since you're having some success?
I feel like, I mean, just to the young people, just if you really like boxing, you gotta focus to boxing. You have to be faithful to boxing. Like, I'm talking about like not going out, drinking, and like doing other stuff, like being outside. I feel like that's what I fell in love with, like with the sport, because it made me like and also too, it changed you as a person. It changed you as a person. Like I used to be that kind of person that will go out in the streets and like hang out with other people. I'm not saying my people were bad, but it just like uh, boxing just really like changed me to be a better person, and also boxing gave me bigger opportunities, like open up bigger doors. I didn't finish high school, so I feel like this is the only opportunity that I could.
All right, I gotta put you on a hot seat, man. Tank Ryan, who do you got and how?
I like Tank. I would say Tank.
You like Tank Benavidez Plant.
I got Plant.
You got Plant.
I got Plant.
So he's one of the few people picking Plant. I like Plant too. You got a lot of young fighters that not like young fighters, people that just tend to want to do boxing, because this is something I give credit to Jake Paul. He's bringing in a lot of guys that don't watch the sport and they're doing the drills. But I see a lot of them, they lose the encouragement because they starting to see it's not as easy.
Yeah.
It's not basketball where you could really pick it up. Boxing is something. What's something that people underestimate about the science of boxing that you think?
I just feel, I mean, honestly, I used to hate Jake Paul. Like, I still do, like, but I give him respect. The only reason he trained in Vegas, and I mean, I never seen him train, but other people's telling me, like, other trainers, like, yo, this dude is actually putting work. Like, he stays in the gym, and also too, the only reason I give him respect is because he gave something to the women's boxing. Like, just say Amanda Serrano, she became a bigger he made her a bigger person. Like, you know,
she became
like,
Trinidad. The Puerto Rican women Trinidad.
And that's one thing that she deserves. Like, I feel like that's what like women deserve too. Like, as a women's boxing, I feel like they deserve that too. You know, get paid good too, because they give good fights, bro. Like, and I feel like they have it harder for us. Like, what's this girl's name? Bamba.
Bumgarner. Alicia, right?
Alicia, yeah. Look, she fought on her day, bro. On her, she was on her day and she still fought. That's hard. You have to give credit to like the women's boxing.
What was one of the things? What's one of the things as a fighter that you hate doing but you do it in terms of like the training? Every fighter has something that they don't like, whether it's a part of the training.
I mean, I would say, like training or like
something
just in
like
boxing.
Yeah, something. Oh man, I gotta run today, or today is this, or today is.
Nah, honestly, I like boxing.
Oh, so you enjoy everything that comes.
I enjoy everything. Yeah. One thing I hate, it's making weight.
How did that go about for a guy your size? Because I heard it's usually the bigger the man, or how much do you walk around with when you're not in fighting shape?
I walk around 125. I fight at 112. It's hard for me. It's not hard for me to make weight, but it's just hard for me to like on the day of the weigh-in. Like, I mean, everybody struggles making the weight on the day of, like, before the weigh-in, like a day or two before the weigh-in. It's hard. It's just like, I don't know. I like to fucking eat.
I don't blame you. All right, so we gotta get a fantasy fight. 3 fights that could realistically happen this year. What fights in boxing do you think need to happen so the boxing sport can rejuvenate and go back to where it was?
Crawford and Spence. Wilder fight. Damn. What's the fight I wanted to see? What's the fight? Damn. I don't know. But I feel like that's one of the, like, that would be.
That's everybody. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. You know, but.
I mean, everybody was asking for the Ryan and Tank. So.
I gotta ask you this. So you being Mexican, why is it that a lot of Mexicans it's 50-50 with Canelo? Like, you got some Mexicans that love. I know, like we say, the Mexicans from over there, it's like 50-50, and then it's like the Mexicans from over here. It's like, some of them like him, some of them are like.
I'm not saying like, I don't know. I feel like there's some people. I mean, like, I'm not saying Mexico, but like. Most of the Mexicans hate Mexicans. I don't know why. Believe it or not.
I mean, they don't look like it because it's like they love Marquez, they love Barrera, they love Morales.
I don't know. I think Canelo's doing great. He gives to his people. I feel like he's doing great. He's a good fighter too.
All right, so before we wrap it up, I need your top 10 pound for pound. It's your top 10. You don't got to go by what the ESPN ranking. Andy Dominguez is top 10.
Top 10. I would say Tank and Crawford.
Number 2, just like that, just 1, 2.
Crawford, yeah. Those are my 2 favorites.
Oh, those are your 2 favorites.
Not favorite, but I feel like those are like good fighters that like I really like.
So Andy, I got the last question for you. When do you see yourself getting back in the ring?
When do I see myself back
If
in
you had
the
to
ring?
pick a date, or if you had to at least give somewhat of an estimate, when do you see yourself back in the ring?
When do I see myself? Well, I would say June, late June. Hopefully, I'll be fighting late June.
New York?
I'm from New York, so I'm trying to,
I get it. I got your whole time. So, Andy, I thank you. I appreciate your time, brother.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Best of luck out there in the future, and we'll definitely see you soon.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
So, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.